what it boils down to is, I think I mentioned this before, there do appear to be warrants for 2 traffic lights that were not included in NCDOT plans, which are at Joseph Hoskins Road, which is entered into Elm Commercial Estates, which has been an issue of concern for ever since US 21 expansion came on. And then also at Lower Summerfield Road, access into 220. So we are, staff is meeting with Kinley Horn and NCDOT next week to work out those issues. At that point, I also expect to get an update on the fence issue. Supposedly DOT did an internal study on that issue, so I'll have something to report on that also. So that's all that. Just want to keep you updated on that process.
Okay.
You ready? I'll move on to the next one. 12C, US widening right-of-way access purchased by DOT. Staff has also met with NCDOT on the issue of the Summerfield Athletic Park, the utility easements that they were requesting. We have explained and worked with the utility company as to what we'd like to do with the utility easement, where we'd like to put it. And DOT is working on those plans. We don't have anything definitive yet, but we recommend that you don't settle on that project until we get a definitive answer to the utility easement at the Summerfield Athletic Park. And since we're trying to run these two concurrently, I also would not settle on the town hall parking lot issue. And I also know we held that off from waiting for Mr. Gordon to settle with DOT. Are you anywhere near to that?
I haven't heard a thing.
Okay, well, so I recommend that we do not settle with DOT on those 2 properties until we hear back more information.
Okay.
Again, just keep me updated.
All right.
All right. Next one, 12B. So, update regarding Summerfield Elementary well site at Summerfield Community Park. As you obviously are aware, they drilled 2 wells. One of them, 3 wells total. We've already determined that we can't use the first well. The second well was drilled at this place to be a W Memorial. Third well that they drilled was on the ball field property. Their ball field, just to be clear. I have verbal confirmation that their intent is to use the well at the school, which means that they're going to be abandoning the well here in our park.
Is there a reason why they cannot use that well?
It's not a question. Well, I'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
The well at the ball fields is their preferred site because it's on their grounds, it's closer, it costs less money, et cetera, et cetera. However, and this is, I'm waiting on a report, but it is my understanding that benzene was found in the water at the community park, at the VFW. So before I make any recommendations on this, I've asked for the reports on the wells, and I want to talk to the state about what has to happen, and also determine, this literally all just came up the last day or two, as far as what they actually found in the water. So what I want to look at those reports, find out what the rules are as far as what types of testing have to be done, what's the issues involved, and come forward with a recommendation to council as to whether or not we should test our wells because of what we're discovering on these other ones. So
We never tested those wells?
no, because we are not under legal obligation to test. No. Let me explain. We test them actually. We test quarterly for specific, based on specific standard of the well type. But a school well has a different standard. It has to meet much higher standards. So what I need to look at is what did they actually find? What are the standards that we're under? And are we already checking for that stuff and we're okay? Do we want to test for it? What does that mean if we find it? Things of that nature. So I want to be able to look at all that and come back with a recommendation before we take any action.
Yeah, because people drink that water, right?
But they don't drink it every day. That's the thought process.
How often do you have to drink benzene to die?
In this town, apparently a lot, because there's a lot of it in town. So, but I'm very surprised by the benzene there. I find it interesting that the school site didn't have it, because that's closest to where the well sites are. And ours did, and I asked them, to make sure you got the right one, they said yes, tested them twice to
Okay.
make sure, so.
So they're not gonna use that site.
So they're not going to use that site, which does of course bring up the other issue, which is, we're not going to use that well. We have a couple options. We could cap it, just close it off, forget it ever existed. Or we could, if the benzene issue is not an issue for irrigation purposes, we could tap it as a non-potable water source, so we can have irrigation available to us. I think if we did that, the setback issues and all that aren't an issue because we're protecting a potable water source. But it does raise the question of whether you want me to go back to the VFW and ask them if they want the site back.
It's my understanding from what they said at the Veterans Memorial that they were happy where they were because of the handicapped area and they'd already done their changing. So I did talk with him and he indicated that was his understanding as well. And I did ask him to get in touch with him, but that's my understanding.
Okay.
That they don't want to.
So if we can use that for irrigation, we ostensibly have a free will.
Yes, except for the pump, I mean, we have to buy a pump, but yeah. About a $15,000 well.
Well, there's some benefit from something that's full on.
I guess it makes up for it.
It's like what we're gonna pay to help move.
Mark,
Yeah.
I signed an agreement with the school system on that well that says it wouldn't be in use, they would abandon it, so we need to rewrite something different. Now we're signing whatever needs to be signed, if we're going to use it.
If we want to use it. You're right. That was part of that issue. Thank you for reminding me.
Okay, any meetings or activities?
Couple of different things. Last week, Mayor, you may go over this also, but I with Mayor Brown, I attended the mayor's meeting, Guilford County Town Mayors, and had a presentation ad hoc by our county manager who tried to explain the animal control issues and why the police will be in charge of animal control and a number of other items that have come up with the county budget. One that seems to have some confusion, but as I understand it from Guilford County, there shouldn't be any confusion, which is the issue of the library. The county, and I just kind of report this for public consumption, as long as the county is making a contribution to the Greensboro library system, and they're making a fairly decent size one, 1.3 million, the city cannot charge the county residents a fee to use the facility. So I don't know why there's still this disconnect in what's being reported by Greensboro newspapers and by the city of Greensboro on this issue. I don't know if their legal counsel is giving them some other opinion, obviously, that they're working off of. But as far as the county is concerned, that's a settled matter. And I haven't, delved into the statutes to find out, but I think that that's basically not an issue for our residents.
Mayor Knight was there, he's aware of it.
So hopefully that'll take care of itself.
It'd be nice if we could notify the citizens that this wasn't an issue.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do right now. And,
I thought that the problem was the county was not giving them as much money as they had in the past.
That's
and
true.
there's a shortfall there, and they wanted to charge.
But they can't.
I think something
But they
like
can't.
that was a big-
They may want to, but based on what the county position is and what their interpretation of state statute is, if we give the city funds, they cannot charge them.
Right.
Because Greensboro has been appointed the county library system. So, if you want more details on that, we'd have to go to Greensboro, but I just want to get that out there. Also attended the solid waste committee meeting. These are quarterly meetings that we have to discuss solid waste issues throughout the county. There's still at least some level of interest. Don't know if it's beyond one or two county commissioners to move towards a universal collection requirement for all county residents. It is unclear at this point whether, one, there's support for that at the county commissioner level, that would actually get enough support to pass some sort of ordinance. And it's also unclear whether it would have any effect at all on the town of Summerfield or the other municipalities, because we are municipalities, we're not unincorporated county. So it's something that basically is being looked at right now by the county, and we'll see if that goes anywhere. That is, those are the other meetings I mentioned. And the NPO meeting, which really didn't have a lot of business specifically related to us, if I remember correctly. What's your recollection is? I'm asking them, Jane, to do that, the NPO.
No, we had several things that we voted on, but it all was related to regional things that I recall. Nothing that would specifically affect Summerfield or any of the other small towns at the last meeting.
But I do want to, that did just remind me, there is an effort being done through, I think it's through PARTS, Piedmont Authority for Regional Transportation, where they're having to update a model of transportation routing, where people come from and go to. And so over the next couple of weeks, on all the major routes to Guilford County, which would include Summerfield, 220, they're going to actually be trying to pull people over and ask them questions. I don't know. I'm glad this is not my job. I'm not sure exactly how they do it.
You can hold
It's
a little sign,
voluntary.
I'm from the NPO, don't ask you a
Right,
question.
well, I feel sorry for whoever has to do the work, but it is something that they try to update. It's a demand model that they try to update the people who are actually using it. Ask them, it's like a 2-minute survey. It just asks you where you're going, what, are you going to Greensboro, are you going to High Point, are you going, is it work or pleasure? Just try to get some ideas so that they can model transportation in the area to determine the needs.
They're specifically not going to stop traffic on the interstates, I heard.
Probably
That's a good idea.
So anyway, so just in case you happen to be traveling a route and you get stopped there, it's not a alien ID checkup or an immigration checkup or a driver's license checkup. It's just ask a couple questions and then you're on your way.
Just because I'm looking at it.
So, okay, that's all I got.
Okay. Business from the council reappointing committee members. You've got in your packets some committee reappointment requests, and in order to facilitate this, I'd like to read off the names, and if we have any issues that we've dealt with, we will, and then we'll do a mass reappointment if that is your desire.
Mr. Mayor, can I make just a comment?
Uh-huh.
You'll notice beside Diane Laughlin's name says ex officio. That should also appear beside Mary J. Gordon
And Billboard.
and Billboard. Well, Billboard knows property here, so that makes him a voting.
It's not a
Is
Summerfield
that correct?
resident.
Summerfield resident.
Okay.
If he owns it, so does his wife. And Ms. Joseph.
She is, did you get your certificate? She's getting her certificate of occupancy for her home in Summerfield before the end of the month. So she
Okay,
will be a
that's fine.
Summerfield resident at that point.
Okay.
And additionally, when we did our new committee application, there was discussion at that point that when it was time for people to renew, that they needed to fill out the new application. Most of which I have received, and the last couple ones are on their way. So I do have those applications from the folks
So
that
you're
need
saying
to
you
renew.
have more than what's listed here?
No,
Oh.
these people, everybody on this list who didn't already have the new application form was supposed to send one in, and I have
Okay.
99% of them.
Okay. That's good.
Okay, with y'all's consent, I'll go ahead and read them off, and then we'll vote on doing it in mass. These 4 members, Public Safety Committee: Agnes Dixon, Rick Hall, Rob Johnson, Ron Marshford, Jason Marshford. Committee Liaison: Bob Ray, Emergency Services, Chris Johnson, Fire Department, Greg Fox, Sheriff Department, and Bob Williams as Council Member Liaison. Historical Committee, if I understood correctly, Bill Gordon, Mary Jane Gordon, Diane Laughlin as ex officio. Is that correct? Right. Willie Laughlin, Patricia, how do you pronounce that?
She's here.
Okay.
Use check.
Okay.
Yes,
Alex Patterson, Eva Reed, and Linda Southern